I'm just going to go right into it. Mr. Eddie Bravo. Dude, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, man.
I'm sorry if the parking situation was messed up.
Nah, it's all good.
Dude, you were saying so much stuff here. I'm like, just wait till we get on the air. I would say that you're the most... I mean, there's so many things I can say about you. Obviously, you're a jiu-jitsu master, legend, and that's one
I don't know about that, but...
you're high up, but that's one of your many hats. And to me, I would say that you're a... Would you say that you're a master truther? Is that a right way to say it? Or the most informed?
No.
I would say, honestly, I hear stuff from you that I don't hear from anyone. I hear from you first.
Like what, flat Earth stuff?
Earth, moon, the whole thing about oil, where you said, something about oil. There was a whole documentary about it.
What was it called?
It was incredible.
How the Rockefellers dominated the earth or something like that. The whole oil story,
And so I was like, you were asking me, and I asked my sister, and you were asking me, like, are you getting pushback in Hollywood because you're saying stuff? And I said, some, but I think people are becoming more averse to that. Like, I don't know if you saw today that Disney is having issues. Because Elon said, last night, he told them to F off.
Yes, I saw that.
So a ton of people have pulled their subscriptions from Disney. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy, man.
Like, I love Disney. I've done a lot of projects, but I don't love the fact that they're so mandated. And do you know that they've lost $192 billion in market share?
Yeah, you keep hearing that Disney stock is going down, and I don't own one piece of stock. I don't know anything about the stock exchange, but I do hear from people that know about all that stuff that you hear it all over the place. The Disney stock just keeps going down because all the woke movies they're doing. I mean, nobody wants to watch all that shit. You know what I mean? Just put together a good story. Pull out all the agenda bullshit.
Yeah, but you asked me. You were like, because the world's crazy, you don't know what's gonna happen. That's exactly how I feel. My sister's like, oh, the world's always been this crazy. But don't you feel it's the craziest it's ever been?
It's the craziest it's ever been. I mean, with the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, if this ain't the end of the world, it sure looks like it is, because at the end of the world, if we go into the future and then we look back, we're like, yeah, look, it's right in our faces. A little Russia, Ukraine, warm up. That's like opening up the show. And then boom, they get you, they get you with the, and then you got Taiwan and China. That sounds like World War III is about to start, right?
Yeah, wait, Taiwan and China it's always tension, but is there anything extra lately?
I'm no expert in any geopolitical stuff. I just keep hearing Taiwan, China is claiming Taiwan. Taiwan's like, no, we're independent, and I really don't know the details, but it's hard to believe anything you see on TV because the mainstream media they just lie so much. It's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like how do we know this happened? How do we know you're not making that shit up? How do we know they did that? How do we know you're not just saying they did that because it's good for the agenda if everyone believes they did that? Like, it's crazy. It's like you can't believe shit if it's on TV, it's shit. If it's on TV, there's nothing on TV that is preaching. It's on a good agenda, like a divine agenda. There's nothing on TV. It's all been captured. Luckily we got the internet. Truth can break through on the internet. But you still got a lot of propaganda on the internet too. It's just like, fuck. What do you believe? Like, is Elon Musk a good guy, a bad guy? It's hard to tell. We know. I mean, he owns SpaceX, owns Tesla, Neuralink, and all that. And you know what I think about space. I mean, I think space.
You don't think space is there?
I think space is there. The lights that we're looking up at the sky, the stars. I don't think what NASA's telling us they are. I don't believe that.
What do you feel about space? I know kind of what you think, but I'd like to hear.
I don't believe anything coming from NASA. They faked the moon landing. Like, how could you trust anything they do? And then you look at all the space station bullshit. That's all green screen stuff. I mean, it's just.
Now, wait, you're saying that just like it's fact. There's going to be a lot of people, obviously, that push back on that.
Yeah. They just haven't looked into it. They're. When a CIA whistleblower who has nothing to do with flat Earth, has nothing to do with space is fake, nothing to do with that one. His name is Robert David Steele. He's dead now, but he was whistleblowing, and NASA came up and like he's not. You can find this on YouTube. Robert David Steele talking about NASA. He goes, "Oh, NASA's the biggest." This is what he said. He said NASA is just a money laundering machine. That's all it is. Because they get $19 billion a year, and what do they have to show for it?
Really?
$19 billion, that's a lot of money. Where's that money going?
We can't even go back to the moon because apparently we lost the plans.
They need more money.
Dude, $19 billion a year.
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
They're laundering it for what?
Who knows? It seems like money laundering is huge.
Yeah.
Like anytime you send money to foreign countries for aid or whatever, like, where's that money going? Like,
yeah.
Like, where's that money going? These guys are criminals. Like, how do we trust? Like, where's this money going? And it's our money. It's the taxpayers are paying for all this shit. The taxpayers, you and me, are paying for this World War III bullshit. We're paying for it. Isn't that crazy?
$100 billion we've sent to Ukraine.
Is it $100 billion? Is it?
I think it's.
I lost track.
I think it's $100 billion.
And then they're wanting more, and then you seen that video with Zelensky saying, "Oh man, if you don't have the money, we'll take credit. Just give us some credit." Have you heard that?
No.
Zelensky is saying, it's on the internet somewhere. He's saying, "Hey, listen, please give us credit, and then we'll pay you back. If you can't give us the cash, give us credit." I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's asking for credit publicly. Whoa. We will pay you back.
So wait, let me ask you this, because there's so much I want to ask you, but I want to stay on the topic that you were saying. So, like, do you believe in the stars?
Yeah, you look up and you see those lights. Do I believe they are what mainstream sciences or mainstream astrophysics tells me they are? I know. Do mainstream astrophysics says the sun is 93 million miles away? I don't believe that. I don't believe this. I believe the sun's really close. I believe that it's not 93 million miles away. That's for damn sure. Mm-hmm. And the sun, the moon is its own luminary. It's so obvious that it's giving out its own light. That is so obvious. When you look at the moon, just like last night, you look at the moon, and when clouds move in front of it, you see the beam of there's a beam of light. The moon is pushing out light. It's its own light source. It's its own luminary. It's not reflecting the light off the sun. That is so obvious, and everyone believes that it's so obvious. That's not light. That's not how light reflects off dirt or moon dust or whatever they say it is. If it's dirt, light doesn't reflect off dirt and dust like that. Unless the moon's made out of like mirror. If it's a mirror, it's its own light. And that's, I'm not the only one to say that. There have been scientists that have always said that. Because you can't land on the moon. The moon is a light.
Do you believe that the moon is a space station?
No.
Okay. You don't believe that? Okay. But you believe that
I believe it's a light. It's
light.
like electromagnetic light, just like the sun. The sun is an electromagnetic luminary, and there's something in the middle, the North Pole, which in this lake that we live in, the North Pole is the center, and the sun and the moon go around like this, like that. So something about the center of the lake that we're in, the North Pole is the center. I mean, there's a reason why all compasses point to the north. There's some kind of electromagnetic force that compasses are attracted to and pointed to, and it's in the North Pole. That's why we have all the northern lights and all that. So I think the sun and the moon are connected to that electromagnetic force that's in the north, and it's all connected. It's like a machine. Like we're in some kind of torus field or some kind of electromagnetic realm. Like we're electricity. Like we're run by electricity. Our muscles aren't moving us. Electricity is. And some guy said, which is interesting. Again, I don't know anything for sure. This is just my conclusions. I don't know shit. I didn't go to college. I'm no astrophysicist. I'm just going by my own common sense. I could be totally wrong, but it's what was I going to say?
No, you go deep. I know it happens to me all the time,
moon,
bro.
Sun.
We're talking about the moon and the sun and how we're in the middle of like an energy, how our muscles are energy.
Yes. So, now I remember. There's a guy. There's all these mystics and philosophers and truth seekers, and there's one guy said that we're all actually stars. We're each a star. There's billions of stars. There's billions of people. You have a star up there that's actually you, and you're just manifest. It's like you're connected to that star. There's like a wireless, like the electricity that's running us. It has to be connected to something. You know what I mean? If it isn't like a physical wire, it has to be like some wireless. Like if we had glasses and we could see all the electromagnetism and all the electricity, we would be in an ocean of we would see all these weird torus fields everywhere, and we would see our chakras and all that stuff. The electricity that's running us, the electromagnetic ocean that we're swimming in. If we could see that, man, that would be insane. But we are run by electricity, and when we die, it's like we got unplugged. The muscles are still there. Nothing happened to the muscles. Why can't you move? Because you don't have any electricity. You're dead. So this guy said that.
That's interesting.
This one guy told me on the bus. He told me, saw it in a magazine. That each of us are a star, and then we're connected to a star wherever it is, and the astrological area that it is like when you're born and you're connected to that star, and when you die, boom, you go back to your star.
So like this. So I'm trying to say how to describe it.
I don't know that to be a fact. It's interesting.
It's interesting, though.
Billions of stars, billions of people. We're connected. Astrology there's some reality to it. Like, because there's 12 astrological signs, right? And then there's 12 notes in music, right? 12 notes in music, 12 astrological signs. And in music, each of those 12 notes has a family that harmonizes with it and has another family that doesn't harmonize with it. Like, E harmonizes with B, that's the fifth. And E also harmonizes with C. So it's like Taurus harmonizes with Leo. Aries harmonizes with Gemini or whatever it is. It's like certain have you noticed in your life that you get along, you're attracted to certain astrological signs? Do you notice that? And certain ones certain ones you don't hang out with them at all.
1,000%.
Right? Isn't it weird?
If I read my chart, it's 100%.
It's crazy, right?
Yes.
So it's like music. It's like we're frequencies, we're vibrations.
Yes.
And the reason why in music one note doesn't sound good with another note is it vibrates and it clashes. The vibration isn't in the same family, but like E and B, they vibrate differently, but they harmonize. You know what I mean? And I think that's how people are. I think that's what the connection between music, people, and astrological signs. That's what I think. Because in my life, man, it's always certain signs that that like are my girlfriends, certain signs that are my closest friends. It's there's like 5 or 6. It's always 5 or 6. It's crazy. And it's never the other ones.
Virgos. I don't get along with Virgos.
You don't get along with Virgos?
No.
I do.
Really?
Yeah. And Leos too.
What's your sign?
My sign's Taurus.
Okay, we get along.
What sign is you?
I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of me. But me
No, I know quite a few Geminis.
Yeah, sure. we get mislabeled.
For some reason, I don't really have any friends that are Scorpios that I know of. Like somehow Scorpios and Tauruses might not vibrate at the same or at harmonizing frequencies. I don't know.
The funny thing is that you and I are talking about this, but I totally believe it. And I've done a lot of things in my life, and I've gone, from movies to TV, to stand up to therapy, to being the youngest kid of a big family. And I had this therapist, and she was in her late 70s. And I said, all this shit you're talking to me about, I go, the one thing I don't do believe is astrology. There's something to it. And she said, this was a Johns Hopkins trained therapist to everyone. And she's like, I do too now. It took her to her mid to late 70s. So I believe this. And also the time of day you're born, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of scientific.
Yeah, it really it is. It's like, and it boils down to if it's all real. There's some truth to it. I mean,